Hello students, this is your English lesson. Today we are going to read Unit 11 at Grandfather's House from Oxford Modern English Book 3. So we start our lesson. First of all, words to know. Bundle. A collection of things tied or wrapped up together. Explore. Move through an unknown area in order to learn about it. Fetched, brought, got, heap, pile, usually untidy. Realized, became aware of something. Tidily, neatly, orderly. Now come to the reading. Heidi has just been left at her grandfather's house for the first time. She is 5 years old. As soon as the woman left, grandfather sat down on the bench outside his house. Heidi saw that he was busy and decided to explore. Explore means move through an unknown area in order to learn about it. She walked around the side of the wooden building. She noticed an empty goat house, empty, not filled, and some tall trees. The wind made a rushing and roaring sound. Rushing, moving with urgent haste, and roaring means loud and powerful. As it blew through their tall branches, Heidi walked round and found herself back next to grandfather. She stood in front of him and waited. Grandfather noticed the girl and asked, "What do you want?" Heidi's eyes were bright with excitement. Excitement means full of joy. "I want to see what is inside the house," she said. "She looks like a clever child," thought grandfather. He stood up. "Come then and bring your bundle of clothes," he said. "We must put them in the cupboard." Inside the house, Heidi looked around. The ground floor was one big room. Grandfather's bed was in one corner. A large fireplace was in the middle of the back wall of the house. Next to it, there was a large cupboard with some shelves. Inside the cupboard, there were clothes on one of the shelves. Heidi pushed her bundle to the back of this shelf, out of the way. On another shelf were some plates, bowls, cups and spoons and a knife. Below at a lower level, there was a loaf of bread, some meat and some cheese. Heidi looked carefully round the room and asked, "Where will I sleep, grandfather?" "Wherever you like," he answered. Heidi was delighted. Delighted means full of joy, pleased and happy, you can say, and began looking to find the best place to sleep. In the corner near her grandfather's bed, she saw a short ladder against the wall. She climbed up and found herself in the hayloft upper part of barn. There lay a large heap of fresh, sweet-smelling hay. In the wall was a round window. Heidi looked out of it. She could see right down the valley. "I shall sleep up here, grandfather," she called down to him. "It's lovely up here. Come up and see how lovely it is." "Oh, I know all about it," he answered. "I am getting the bed ready now," she called down again. "But I will need a sheet. You can't have a bed without a sheet. You have to have one to lie upon." "All right," said grandfather. He went to the cupboard. After searching for a few minutes, he pulled out a thick, heavy old cloth. It was a bit rough, but it was all he had that could be used as a sheet. He carried it up to the loft. Students, loft is a room or space directly under the roof of a house used for accommodation or storage. In the loft, Heidi had already made quite a nice bed. She had put an extra heap of hay at one end for a pillow. She had arranged it in a way that when in bed she would be able to see out through the round window. "Well done," said her grandfather. "Now we must put on the sheet. But wait a moment first." Saying this, he went and fetched more hay to make the bed thicker. Fetch, go for, and then bring back. Heidi would be very comfortable and would not be able to feel the hard floor underneath her bed. Heidi had got hold of the sheet, but it was almost too heavy for her to carry. It was a good thing that the sheet was thick and heavy, because the sharp stalks of the hay would not poke through it and hurt it. Poke to push something. Grandfather and Heidi worked together to spread the sheet over the bed, tucking it in under the hay. Tuck, pull up, or gather up in a fold. It now looked like a very tidy and comfortable bed. Heidi looked thoughtful. "It needs a cover, grandfather," she said. "Ah, yes," he agreed. After some searching, he found a small cover for Heidi. She was very happy with her bed, and wanted to go to sleep. "I think we might eat something first," said grandfather. "What do you think?" In the excitement is full of joy. In the excitement of bed making, Heidi had forgotten everything else. But now Heidi realized me to come to know that she was very hungry. She had not had anything to eat since a small breakfast she had eaten before the long, hot journey. So she answered quickly, "Yes, I think so too." "Let's go then, as we both think alike," said the old man. In the main room, grandfather sat by the fire. He started to warm some milk and to toast some cheese. Heidi watched carefully. Suddenly she jumped up and ran to the cupboard. She started going busily backwards and forwards. When grandfather got up to put the cheese on the table, he saw it was tidily laid over the bread, tidily in an ordered way, two plates and a knife. Hattie had remembered all that there was in the cupboard, and she knew which things would be wanted for their meal. "Ah, that's right," said grandfather. "I am glad to see that you have some ideas of your own." As he spoke, he laid the toasted cheese on some bread, but there is still something missing. Heidi thought, "What is it?" She looked at the jug of milk. Then she ran quickly back to the cupboard and got the two bowls from it. "Good, very helpful. Now, where will you sit?" Grandfather was sitting on the only chair in the room. Heidi got the stool and sat on it. She was too small to reach the table. "It is too low, but we shall fix that later." "Fix, settle on, fasten," said grandfather. "Now come along, let's eat." He stood up and moved his chair in front of Heidi's stool. He put a bowl of milk on the chair. Now Heidi had her own table. Then he brought her a large slice of bread and a piece of the golden cheese and told her to eat. Heidi lifted the bowl with both hands and drank without pause to stop doing something for a short time, till it was empty. Empty, not filled. She was suddenly very thirsty from her long, hot journey. "Was the milk nice?" asked her grandfather. "It is the best I have ever had," answered Heidi. Comprehension 1. Answer the following questions. A. How old is Heidi? Answer. Heidi is 5 years old. B. What does Heidi see when she is exploring outside the house? Answer. An empty goat house and some tall trees. C. What was the inside of the house like? Answer. Inside the ground floor is one big room. The grandfather's big bed is in one corner. A large fireplace is in the middle of the back wall of the house. Next to it there is a large cupboard with some shelves. D. What did Heidi use to make her bed? Answer. She used hay and old clothes to make her bed. E. What could Heidi see from her bedroom window? Answer. She could see right down the valley. F. What did Heidi use as a table at dinner time? Answer. She used a chair at dinner time. This question is more difficult. Discuss it first. G. What information tells us that grandfather is a kind person? Answer. He notices what Heidi needs. He makes her food. He gives her his chair as a table. He gathers more hay to make her bed more comfortable. 2. Answer the questions about this line from the story. It is the best I have ever had. A. Who was speaking? Answer. Heidi. Heidi was speaking. B. What question was the speaker replying to? Answer. Her grandfather. C. What was the speaker talking about? Answer. Milk. D. Why did the speaker think that it was the best? Answer. She was thirsty. She was thirsty after her long hot journey. B. Working with words. 1. What are these words? They are all from the story. A. Dash. A food made from the pressed curds of milk. So this is cheese. B. An elderly relative, the father of a child's father or mother. He is a grandfather. C. A piece of furniture with a door and shelves used for storage. So it is cupboard. D. The first meal of the day. It is called breakfast. 2. Find words in the story that have an opposite meaning to the words given below. A. Soft, hard. B. Forgotten, remembered. C. Young, old. D. Lost, found. E. High, low. F. Stupid, clever. D. Down, up. C. Learning about language. Conjunctions. 1. Add conjunctions given in the box below to the following sentences. The conjunctions here: because, although, when, that, but. A. The boy was late, but his sister was on time. B. We went because we were told to go. C. We have seen the film, but we have not read the book. D. They heard that he was made a minister. E. They jumped when he shouted. F. She was let in, although she was 10 minutes late. 2. Match A with B to make complete sentences. Students, here are two columns, column A and B, and different sentences are given here. So we have to join together to make a complete sense of a sentence. You will have to work hard if you want to learn English. We shall all get very wet if it rains. We shall have to walk home if the bus doesn't come. You may hurt yourself badly if you fall off your bicycle. Thanks for listening. For new videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please share and like.